Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and in today's video we will be recreating these mini cinnamon rolls. In our latest dessert-themed video, we tried to recreate this 4-minute microwave cinnamon roll by Tasty. Since sticky buns are one of my absolute favorite desserts, aside from those sugar-coated soft pretzels you buy at the mall, we had to test it out. And, well, it was a bit of a fail, but we weren't ready to give up just yet. We decided we would try to recreate this mini cinnamon roll recipe by Emma's Goodies. She seemed to be a more reputable channel because she is an independent baker rather than a large corporation like Tasty. Also, they're super cute and tiny, and who doesn't love a good bite-sized dessert? So let's dive right into it. So Emma has this super simple basic dough recipe. All you'll need is 2 cups of self-rising flour, or 2 cups of all-purpose flour and 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, 7 ounces or just a little less than 1 cup of sweetened yogurt, or plain yogurt with 2 tablespoons of added sugar, and 3/4 of a stick of softened butter. You're just going to mix this all together until well combined and a shaggy ball just starts to come together. So Emma says in her video that you're just supposed to coax the dough together with your hands until it forms a nice little ball. You are not supposed to knead it. So try to do your best to avoid overworking the dough too much.
Do not knead this dough. As soon as it comes together, give it one last mix, one last hand roll, and it's basically done and ready to be rolled out.
As per her instructions, we rolled out the dough until it was about 1/4 of an inch thick. Next, you're going to use a pizza cutter to trim the edges so you're left with a nice rectangle. Now you can go ahead and begin your cinnamon sugar filling. You'll need a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, a 1/2 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. You'll also need about 2 to 3 tablespoons of softened butter for use later on. So now all you have to do is combine all of your dry ingredients together until homogeneous. Now you can go back to your dough rectangle and spread a nice, thin, even layer of butter. Make sure you go all the way to all 4 edges of the dough so that there are no skimpy cinnamon swirls. Now sprinkle your dough with a nice even layer of cinnamon sugar. Again, be sure to not skip any of the edges. Now you can seal in your filling by going over the sugar mixture with a rolling pin. You can use the pizza cutter to slice the dough once down the middle lengthwise, then slice horizontal strips about 1/4 of an inch wide. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for, time to roll up the swirls. They honestly looked so cute and tasty already. At this point in the process, they reminded me of Cookie Crisp cereal, except for cinnamon rolls and not little cookies, and I was really eager to get them in the oven just so I could try one. Okay, so Emma mentions brushing a caramel milk mixture on top of the cinnamon rolls so that they brown better, but she says this is an optional step. We figured that many of you may not have caramel on hand, and quite honestly, neither did we. So we ran out to the store and grabbed some caramel so we could brush some of the cinnamon rolls and leave some of them plain. That way we could gauge just how necessary this step is. Caramel or not, place your rolls inside of an oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 4 to 5 minutes. While the rolls were baking, we made our frosting. We added 1/3 cup of powdered sugar, a splash of milk, a 1/2 cup of cream cheese, and a splash of vanilla. You can always add more milk if you want a thinner glaze. Honestly, I do, so that's what I did. Once the rolls were out of the oven, all we had to do was add the glaze and find some taste testers to tell us just how well we executed this challenge.
This is for us.
Oh, these are the,
You can.
oh, they're tiny.
So what's our
This
task?
was no caramel.
Just do you
Do
like
no
them?
caramel first.
Do we like them all or?
Remember.
I like that.
I like the caramel. I think they need to be cooked a little bit more though. I never seen it. That's a great idea. I like this one.
That one.
The caramel one?
Yeah.
They just taste better?
But you need to cook them a little bit longer.
This one.
Yeah.
What's the?
Of course, caramel.
Yeah, one more.
That one. We try again.
We definitely agree that the dough was too undercooked. We recommend 8 to 9 minutes in the oven instead of 4 or 5. Also, I'm not really sure if the plain ones look super different from the caramel ones, but the caramel ones sure do taste much better. So if you have it on hand, or if you're out to the store anyway, we recommend picking up some. Needless to say, these little guys were a much better success than the tasty cinnamon roll we made in the other video. Why? Well, the tasty recipe is designed specifically to please a YouTube algorithm. The food itself doesn't necessarily have to be amazing as long as it brings in views and ad revenue. After all, most of their audience just watches the video for fun and never actually plans on making them. Emma's recipe, on the other hand, was not designed simply for entertainment. That's why supporting independent creators on YouTube is so important. She spent a lot of time and effort making a video that is both fun to watch and is also actually reproducible. A link to her original video and channel are in the description box below. Go check it out. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.